these are my crested geckos. Yeah, I've gotten 3. I love these guys, but I got them as babies. I'm going to raise them to adults and figure out how to breed them. Probably won't breed them until next year, but I think they're females. This is Katniss. I was reading The Hunger Games when I got her. I've got another baby named Peta, but Peta's not in this cage because Peta's way smaller. This is Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue is named after my horse that died. I had her for 20 years and she died. And you can't really see it here, but normally Peggy Sue's kind of like a red-brown color, kind of like a Dalmatian. I guess the closest color I've seen listed is a yellow harlequin. But yeah, the red-brown color kind of reminded me I had a POA named Peggy Sue. And this Peggy Sue reminded me of that Peggy Sue. Hence the name. Although this Peggy Sue might be a female. These guys are really cool. Probably my friendliest geckos. Of course, now they're not going to be friendly now that they're on camera. It's hard to see. Normally Katniss, she has really interesting colors. I think she's called a pinstripe. I'm kind of new at the color morphs of leopard geckos, but these guys are pretty easy to care for. If your temperature in your room is in the 70s, you can keep them at room temperature. Give them a little repashy. Miss the cage a couple times a day. But I think they're a lot easier to take care of than my stupid fish, and frankly, more worth the effort because fish, I don't know, if you get a tiny $2 fish, you gotta spend like 50 bucks to keep it alive, I swear. But these guys, you keep a pretty simple setup. Right now they're pretty small, so you can keep them in like one of these little critter keepers. When they get bigger, you want to move them to a terrarium. But right now this is big enough because it needs to be small enough that they can catch their food. I feed them crickets about twice a week. If I feed them crickets every day, they're not interested. But you give them some repashy every day. Pretty good. But they're kind of playful. And they're very friendly. So if you want something that's pretty friendly, crested geckos are pretty personable, so are gargoyle geckos. I don't have one of those yet, but I'm considering getting one. But these guys are nocturnal too, so you can put a fluorescent lighting over them. You don't have to, but you can. They don't need heat if you got the right room temperature. Sometimes you can put a heat pad underneath the tank, so if they want to get warmer, they can, but I haven't had to use it. These guys have been doing fine for the last few months. I got Peggy Sue, I think last October. I got Katniss in November, so they're doing pretty well, and it's amazing how much they've grown, because they were tiny when I got them. They're still not full size, but compared to what they were when I got them. And of course they're hiding because they're nocturnal, they like the dark. They're usually out, you know, at night when I'm ready to go to bed, or if I come home, or when I wake up early in the morning, the sun hasn't quite gotten up yet. They're out and they're pretty active. But yeah, crested geckos make wonderful pets.